Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. For those of you that may be struggling to get a loan from your bank or for your credit union to try to pay some bills that you're struggling to pay, or you having some car issues, or you just need some money to put food on the table, I'm going to share with you a few places you can go. Now, the first one we're going to be talking about is checking the cash. Now, I know a lot of you guys may have heard of checking the cash, but the reason that I'm talking about checking the cash because they actually offer a flex line of credit. This is not a loan, this is a line of credit, and there's a difference. The reason with the flex line of credit is that you borrow it, you pay it down, and you borrow it again without having to reapply for it. Okay, so it's like a revolving credit card. All right. Now the thing about it, as you can see here, theirs go from 100 up to 4,000. Now most people said, well, can I still get a flex line even if I have bad credit? Well, yes. Even if you have bad credit in the past or still have less than perfect credit, you may still be eligible for a flex line of credit. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it where most people get confused. You have to have an active bank account. Okay, you have to have deposits in that active bank account. Okay, they want you to have an active email. All right, now does it matter if you're on welfare disability? No, they're okay with that. But the thing about it, you do have to have an active account with deposits. So basically, you have to have money coming in so they can show that you actually able to pay the loan back. Now, another thing I want to address here is that with these type of loans, please keep in mind that these here may be called predatory loans because the interest rates are so high. So most people go to get these type of loans when you have very bad credit and you don't have any other options. Now, speaking of any other options, before we go any further, here's an option for you to get some extra funding in your paycheck. If you are working a job, okay, you can go to your HR and you can request to file exempt for 3 to 4 months. What that means is that you will not have to be paying federal taxes out of your paycheck for the next 3 to 4 months, which would allow you to bring in a bigger paycheck. Okay, so that way, if that's a better option for you than going to this here checking a cash, then I would definitely choose that option. All right, so I'm just letting you know you have options if you have an emergency, and that's Republic Bank, Elastic. They have a loan called Elastic Loan. Okay, now please consider this that all of these lenders are not going to participate in all 50 states. All right. So each lender, you have to see if they qualify you in that state or do they operate in that state. Because some states, they have very high regulations when they come to these type of loans. All right. So you have to check and see when you go on their website if this state actually operates in your state before you start giving out your personal information. All right. So the loans they offer is from 500 up to 4,500. Most of the time, these here type of lenders, they also, if they're going to do a credit check, it's not going to be a hard pull to see if you pre-qualify, which we're going to get in that in a minute. There's another lender out there, and this is Rise Credit, and they're an interesting institution. And the reason they're interesting, not only because they offer loans from 500 up to 5,000, but the way that they actually report that most people are not aware. And I want to explain this to you. Credit, talking about the credit reporting, when you ask about where do you report to, as you can see, they report to Experian and TransUnion. All right. Now, what I want you all to pay attention to is they also may report to the third party credit bureaus. So a lot of these companies that will not do a hard pull on your personal credit, what they're doing, they may look at alternative credit bureaus like Clarity, which is owned by Experian, and TeleTrack, which is owned by TransUnion. But you also have DataX, which is owned by Equifax, and you have LexisNexis. Okay, so although they may not put a hard inquiry on your personal credit report. They may check these your systems to see if you have a recent bankruptcy, to see if you have taken advantage of them in the past, okay? That's the reason that they check these systems. They're not just out here giving you free money. You have to have something that is worth for them to invest in, okay? So like I said, it doesn't discriminate because you can be on welfare, you can have disability, right? So they're not stopping you from that, but at the same time, please keep in mind that they may also check these other systems. Here's another lender, and that's Indy. And as you can see here with Indy, they go from 200 up to 5,000 as well. People always wonder about the credit. It's again, they're not focused on the credit score. They're focused on your ability to repay back the loan. Now, the interesting thing about it, a lot of people get turned down from banks and credit unions. It's not because of your credit. You may have a high debt to income ratio. All right. And so with most banks and credit unions, if you're over 55%, then they do not want to take a chance on you. So that's the reason a lot of you may end up dealing with these lenders for a short term to get some money to pay some bills. All right. Now, the next one is opportune. Now, here's the thing about it, opportune, that a lot of people don't know. Opportune is a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institute. All right, so they're tied to them. So their loans go anywhere from 300 up to 10,000. All right, and again, there's no hard pull on the credit. The thing about it, they try to make it much more flexible. If you have bad credit, if you are in a more underserved community, this is what they actually would do in terms to help people get loans. They start you out with a small loan. If you have really bad credit, but you have income, the minimum income they usually want you to have is about 500, okay? Now, if this video is something that can help you, I appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up, a like, and a share, all right? So if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off of the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. For most people, they may not want a 1 hour consultation. They may not want a 30-minute consultation. You just may only want a 15-minute consultation, and that's okay. But the thing about it, you need to be on the phone with somebody that has went through the challenges you went through in order to help you get over those hurdles in order to get you qualified for funding, whether it's on the personal side or business side. Now, if that's you and you ready to get over those hurdles and stop running into those walls that's pushing you back from getting the funding you need, click the link in the description or somewhere on this page. Let us help you get the funding you need. Thank you.